I'm back. Oh, yeah. So my new mouse is pretty badass as soon as I learned how to use it. Now, I used to have a wheel mouse, okay, but this one, the wheel has a thing that if you mash it too far, it clicks shit and does some other stuff. Or not the wheel. Well, yeah, the wheel. That's the wheel right there, and then that's the ball over her. Okay, so okay, they're telling me I have this trouble. Okay, I don't care about that. And Facebook won't allow me to go back. Okay, so yeah, that was the situation. I was trying to get mouse over to the right place, and we clicked on the wrong shit and terminated stuff. Okay, so we're going to talk about the traffic ticket situation, and I'm going to share if I can figure that out without without losing you. I'm going to share screen, and I'm going to show you guys the documents that we have in a traffic package. So here we have the package, and the prosecutor eliminator 42 USC 1983 is the same. We have that in the package along with the 42 USC 1983. You know, traffic a lawsuit package. So, and the reason we have the two in there is, if you start out in municipal court and it starts out as like goofy stuff, okay, then you can use the 42 USC traffic package. If it turns into something where they're trying to send your ass over the federal court, then you can use the. And I have both of these. I have both of these in the package. And then we have the notice to recuse the judge. We have temporary restraining order to block the federal court from receiving federal funding. And we have the prosecutor, the demand for sanctions, because prosecutor does not have criminal jurisdiction. Criminal statutes are not valid laws. They don't have enacting clauses, titles, or bodies. So, yeah, because they're from a corporation, and so now the temporary restraining. So the demand for sanctions is like a mini lawsuit that you file inside of their case to blow it up. But before you do that, we've been using either the prosecutor eliminator lawsuit or the 42 USC traffic lawsuit and filing it or one of those as a counterclaim in the state's case to blow it up. Now, before you do that, you need to add the state, you need to add the prosecutor and the judge and the police officer, or whatever, you know, to to their own action as plaintiffs. There's no difference when they add defendants after the snitches get done lying that they paid. Okay, so you can add their ass to their own shit as a counterclaim, and you're using the same. Okay, so the most important thing to remember, and I'm not going to open up each document right now, because this whole thing is about how to do this and crush their ass. So the most important thing to remember is that the documents that you invest in here at Pro Se, Legal School, winningcourtnow.com, whatever, okay, are structured with federal case law and Supreme Court case law and federal acts. And state court players can't respond to that shit with statutes and codes. Now you can check your thing and you can find out, you'll find out that you can file higher court case law in the lower courts. You can file Supreme Court case law in either one of the lower courts. You can file, But the problem that these fools have is that they can't respond to federal case law or Supreme Court case law with statutes and codes. Now, we also add federal acts as part of the claim, as on the top of it, and that's our way of bringing criminal liability to the table for them fools. The Foreign Agent Registration Act, it's a federal law, and it was enacted in 1938. I checked. Yeah, ass no, I checked, and the Foreign Agent Registration Act. Okay, so there's also the Administrative Procedures Act in 1946. And if you don't put 1946 on it, you're going to get Cornell Law Library watered down bullshit. I'm just saying. And then you're actually going to have to search a whole bunch of pages back to find that shit. And there's the Tucker's Act, which is also a federal law. When they violate the due process or the Fifth Amendment of the state citizens of the Republic state they're born in, they do not, their qualified immunity is stripped. Well, they don't have any qualified immunity in the first place because they move your happy ass over to their administrative court. And so they don't have immunity because they move you over to their administrative court. And statutes and codes are not valid laws. They don't have enacting clauses, titles, or bodies. Oh. Okay, so and so, on the traffic stuff, okay, when that officer signs the citation, he or she is violating the separation clause in the Constitution, right at the gate. And, there's two U.S. citizens. There's a U.S. citizen of the federal government, and then there's U.S. citizens of the Republic state where people were born. Nobody can be a U.S. citizen from the federal government, okay? Because nobody can be born in a fake-ass corporation. I'm just saying. Yeah, I'm not that smart. So if there's attorneys out there or some judges or some fools that can convince me differently, y'all send me an email. Nobody can be a U.S. citizen because nobody can be born in a fake-ass corporation. And all of these corporations, are outstepping their legal authority. You know why? Because they're all run by attorneys. So I decided to have this stream from the Situation Room tonight because when they have to let Anthony's ass go home, it's going to be a situation for them. It ain't going to be a situation for me. So, I don't come to the Situation Room without this is my dad's 20 gauge. Now, I wouldn't need this in the Situation Room, I just have it here because it belonged to my dad. And Pops took good care of his stuff. He was a Marine. Oh, that's. I pinched my finger. I'm about to cry. Okay, I got it. I got this. Y'all just relax. Okay, but my best friend got some stuff over there in the cabinet too. Okay? My best friend got some stuff in the cabinet too. And so, if there's going to be a situation, I think this puppy dog right here, well, he got some other stuff. My best friend got some other stuff over there too. Y'all seen it. There come these big old clips and stuff, But I'm old. I ain't trying to have all that racket. I just want to have one pop. Oh, so, well, this wouldn't be my first choice, okay? So, how you say that? My first choice would be over there in that cabinet right there, okay? But this would be my second choice, and this belongs to my best friend. And, I think, if I could pop him in the eyeball, 200 yards out, I don't have to worry about putting my vest on and all that stuff. Okay, sorry, I'm getting distracted. Okay, so the traffic package is designed, and all of my packages are designed to crush the state court process. And the way we do that is by filing federal case law and federal acts in our stuff that we file in court. And the lawsuit addresses, Okay, so they can respond to federal case law with their statutes and codes of bullshit. Okay, that ain't working. Okay, so now what we're finding is, after you crush the state court process, because we ain't trying to litigate nothing over there on the state court level. Okay, we're just filing that shit to crush their ass and send them in a tailspin while you get the shit filed in federal court. Serve their asses, and then I would recommend, recommend, that's not a good word. I would demand that the federal court judge order those assholes to the settlement table, okay? Because they could not respond to anything that you filed that you got from me if you watched the updated instruction video and did the shit right. They could not respond to anything that you filed. The state court players cannot respond to federal case law and federal acts with statutes and codes bullshit. I'm just saying. And when you get to federal court, they're going to try. They're going to show up, and the same players that you just crushed down there are going to be trying to do all this shit and ignore all of this shit. And the federal judge is not going to tell them, hey, dude, y'all ass need to get a federal attorney. Y'all ass need to get somebody with a federal license. You can go to winningcourtnow.com and get the license. It's only $25. Y'all asses need to get something. Yeah. Okay, so what? Okay. If you can't get a federal license, because y'all ass know they ain't gonna get no damn federal license in the time frame that you're allowed to beat their ass down in. So they're just gonna show up. The same players are gonna show up in federal court and pretend that they can answer to some shit. That's what they're gonna do. And a lot of people are falling for that shit. Oh, wait. Those same assholes couldn't respond over there, but they're going to show up in federal court talking shit. Oh, how's that work? Well, if you look at the shit when it gets to federal court, 99% of the time, and that other percent is if you're me or you've been running with my program and you already beat the ass on someone. Work with me here. I'm keeping it real 100. 99% of the time, the magistrate judge steps in and throws your shit out. There's some other shit that happens in between. I ain't got time for that, okay? Because the magistrate judge does not have legal authority to be involved in your case without the signed consent from all parties. That's on a federal level, okay? So we were talking about the traffic stuff. In most cases, you're in municipal court for the traffic shit. Okay, so the police pull you over because they lied and they said you did something, but you're not a U.S. citizen subject to their statutory codes and their codes that aren't valid laws, but you don't know that. So they give you a citation and they tell your ass to show up in municipal court. Oh, you don't really have to go to court. Okay, they'll send you a thing. And you can pay right here without going to court. And you can pay some additional shit right here so it don't show up on your record. And then you can pay the judge right here to the pension plan and pay for his summer house. And okay, I might have got a little I might have got a little carried away on, from the judge thing down or whatever. But, y'all know what I'm saying. They give you a lot of opportunities to pay. But if you don't want to pay, they don't have opportunity for that. They don't have opportunity if you don't want to pay. So I didn't want to pay. And my shit started out with 3 $10 seatbelt tickets in 2017. And so I went to court and I told the judge, okay, if there was a conflict of interest, you would have to dismiss this, right? Well, yes, Mr. Neighbors. And then he took the bait. And he said, what conflict of interest are you referring to? Well, from my perspective and my opinion, I feel like the conflict of interest is that you're getting paid by the state. The prosecutor's getting paid by the state. The police officer that lied over there is getting paid by the state. The only one that's not getting paid by the state, and y'all asked, no, I was going to say it was me. But I looked around, and there was a whole bunch of people in court at 9:30 in the morning. And I knew a lot of them because I've been around, whatever. And some of them smell like liquor at 9:30 in the morning. Okay, sorry. And so, but you know what? I ain't judging nobody. I said, everybody in this courtroom is getting paid except myself and all these people sitting over here waiting to come up here and talk to you. Everybody just started. Yeah, he was about to. Okay. So here's the thing. Here's the freaking ching chang. Gets his in my face is itching. Municipal court gets his judicial authority from the city ordinance. A damn city ordinance. Look that shit up if you freaking don't believe me. Okay? Municipal court gets its judicial authority from. I'm like, when I read this, I was like, wait a minute. What corporation could give yourself judicial authority? Oh, their asses did. Read that shit. And you know what? When you pull up the court clerk's manual for the municipal court, and you go down to the judicial authority or whatever, it says they don't have shit. They don't have any judicial authority to do nothing. And they can make a determination, and then it has to go over to the judicial court for the judicial judge to rule on it. I'm thinking that must be the Court of International Trade, whatever, that's way the hell over there in New York, okay? Because there ain't no judicial courts around here. Okay, I've been around this for a real long. There ain't no judicial courts that I know of around here. Somebody lying. Oh, but as long as all the attorneys are on the same page, and they're going to lie to you and make you think that their administrative court process is judicial. And I played football in college in 80 and 81 for the University of Kansas. I boxed for 4 or 5 years after that until I had to have a nasal reconstruction. So those are 2 things that smart people do. So I'm just thinking about it. I'm thinking about it. So if the judge is a bar member and the attorney is a bar member, and the attorney that they sent to help me, because when they drag your ass into federal court, they send you an attorney free to make sure your rights are protected. Okay, so here's the problem with that. And this is what they told me. The federal, when I say they, I'm talking about my 14 attorneys, or maybe 15, I don't know. You need to take the deal. You're not going to see your grandkids grow up or get out of high school or whatever. You need to take the deal. Okay, now I'm like, ¿por qué? ¿Por qué, pendejo? ¿Por qué, pendejo? Abogado, ¿por qué? Why? Why do I need to take the deal? Oh, they told me the federal government has a 98% conviction rate. Yo te dice mentiroso. Su es un pinche mentiroso. Okay, that means you're lying. You're lying to me because I've been there and I've been over there and I've been to Bunton, North Carolina. I've been to Littleton, Colorado. I've been to CCA in Lever. I've been to all of those places. And what I have learned is it's a 98% plea rate. Non-conviction is a plea rate. It's a 98% plea rate they got from a plea deal because they hired snitches to lie, and then they hired your ass to come and tell me a bunch of bullshit. And this is what I told. Yeah, I don't think I said this to my. Yeah, and so here's the thing. I'm not a snitch. I'm not lying on my wife that I married 43 or something years ago. So, beso mi culo, pendejos. That means kiss my ass, assholes. Okay, because I'm going to take my 2% and I'm going to work it. Okay, I'm taking my 2% and I'm working it. Okay, I'm not, and then that's about the time they said I was mentally ill and sent my ass back for forced medication order to Bunton, North Carolina Medical Facility. Okay, so you know what? How I got out was, well, I challenged the forced medication order from the medical facility in Bunton, North Carolina, and the appeals court was in Colorado. And I had to fire the appellate attorney that they gave me. Porque el pinche abogado no quiere trabajar para mí. He didn't want to work for me. He wanted to do this other shit. So I fired him. And then I won my appeal and blocked them from medicating me. Okay, that don't give me no that doesn't give me any confidence in the legal shit, because it's total bullshit. Okay, what it told me was, if I don't have an attorney over there lying out their ass and helping them kick my ass, I got a better chance. So I stopped communicating with the attorneys. How I got out? I stopped communicating with the attorneys altogether. And when I won the appeal, the psychiatrist doctor, Mr. Crackface, Dr. Lucking, that was his name, was not happy at all. And you know what? The nurses, all the staff, everybody, nobody liked his sorry ass. And so, yeah, I got a bunch of free stuff and things okay, so when I crushed that shit, they left me sitting over there for 6 months while they hauled my wife off to jail. And my wife's just a nice white girl, and she trusted her attorney, John Duma out of Overland Park, and he's an asshole, kissed their ass. And the reason is because these federal attorneys, on the federal level, everybody's indoctrinated to have fear. Everybody's scared to death. Oh. And I was too. I ain't going to lie. And that allows them to do whatever they want. So what happens is the federal attorneys, they take on a whole bunch of cases because they know that everything's going to be a 98% snitch-ass plea rate. Now, if you get somebody like me or my wife, my ex-wife, somebody that ain't guilty and is willing to do whatever it takes, okay, then you got a problem. And the problem is that the federal attorney has kissed the federal prosecutor's ass. The federal attorney has to suck the prosecutor's butt. Sorry. This is getting personal. And the reason is because of the 98% conviction rate that they say, which is a damn plea rate after they pay people to lie. Think that shit back in your head and leave a comment down there, because I'm going to post a video on YouTube. If you don't think I know what the hell I'm talking about, leave a comment. Oh, the plea rate. So how I got my ass out is I decided I wasn't talking to no attorney. I was on my 15th attorney, 14th or 15th. when I won my appeal to block them from force medicating me. Okay, so the whole thing wasn't even about the force medication. Okay, because when I got out, my best friend had downloaded the entire transcripts of every freaking hearing that my ex and I went through. And in one of the hearings where they sent me back for the forced medication order, and my wife at the time, we were still married, was in court with some clothes for me to wear because they all thought I was going home. But my attorney, Cheryl Pilot, lied, and that's when they told the jury that I was mentally ill, that I needed to go back for. And my attorney, Cheryl Pilot, and Marietta Parker, who is now disbarred for screwing people over in federal court in Kansas City, Kansas, in Wyandotte County, along with Terry D. Moorhead and Judge Murguia. His ass got kicked out way before these hoes got thrown out the door. For having sexual relationships with people in the court that he was, that whole thing over there was dirty, and now, we're doing my foster kid stuff, and then then I have this young man that we're going to get out of. And then when I learn about that, then I'm going to move my lawsuit that I have in, for the cops arresting me, Officer Delbert, and all that. We're going to take that over to federal court, and I'm going to have to duty it up because I was only asking for $5 million. And then I had Tammy over in Tennessee suing Judge Annie T. Kristoff, the master judge, for taking jurisdiction without having our parties kind of whatever, for $100 million. So when my foster kid had the opportunity to go to the table, we stepped that shit up, $200 million. And I can't have you fighters in the ring asking for more than me, I don't know. At least not yet. Okay, so who's coming in for more than $200 million? Okay, so you send me an email and let me know if you're following your shit for $200 million. I had a lady tell me one day, oh, no, Coach, I want to go in for $50,000. Well, $50,000? Why? Oh, because, I want to get a settlement. Oh, well, wait a minute. You're looking at this shit like it's conventional shit. I think you need to get your attorney so you can get your $20,000. Because your ass is a little high if you're going in there conventional shit. Now, the way I like to do it is I like to bust their ass for, a couple of million, $200 million now, because I've been educated on the value of what we've learned how to do here from the real-time feedback from all of the people in the group. And there's a few more people in the group there's one or two more people that's asking for more than me, than I'm asking. They're asking more than 200. I'm right behind their asses. Oh, okay. So at some point, it gets to you're asking for your shit in hyperspace. Unless your ass has a plan. All right? Unless you got a plan. You could ask for $500 million, and if you don't have a plan to beat their ass when they start stalling and bullshitting with you, then you should maybe go for the 50,000 or maybe the 20,000 and take the 10. Because they ain't gonna. Okay, nobody pays you what you're asking. Oh wait, in their conventional program. Okay, nobody's gonna pay you what you're asking in the non-conventional program either. Okay. I'm just gonna say this, and I'm not screwing anybody. Okay, but if they do agree to pay you what you're asking, you know I'm going to say you're a dumbass because you're asking for the 5,000. Okay? Maybe, okay, sorry, the 5 million. I mean, I'm at least going to drag y'all ass into the million category because I don't think there'd be nobody wanting to be on our team in the ring, okay, asking for that little bullshit. If you understand the power that you're bringing to the table with the stuff that you get from the real-time feedback that we use here to put this fire together. So, and we got coaching on Twitter at neighbors_coach. That's where the coaching neighbor. I don't coach in my emails, and I don't coach in text messages. Now, you know, a lot of people that invest in the premium package communicate with me before they make their investment in text messages, sometimes phone calls or whatever. And I take the time to make sure that those people understand what they need to understand, the difference between the two packages or whatever. Okay. But after you make your investment, then we need to follow the protocol. The protocol for the premium package for coaching is if you have a question, you text me. Ideally, if you text me what your question is, if it's short, then I can get back to you when I can, or at least direct you where you need to go to understand. This is a legal school. I'm not telling y'all asses what to do or giving you the answer. I don't give a shit if you're, no offense, okay? I don't give a shit if you're facing eviction tomorrow, okay? My job is to help you understand how to kick these people's ass and jumpstart your critical thinking process to defend yourself. Not stop the eviction tomorrow. My job is to help you stop the process that they're using to do the damn eviction. A lot of people, or send you to jail. A lot of people get caught up in their head because, oh, the sale took place or the sentencing took place. So, yeah, that's total bullshit, okay? Because here's the thing. The sale of your house in a non-judicial or judicial is just part of the illegal process. Every state has a statute that their asses are supposed to follow that gives you an opportunity to sue their ass for wrongful foreclosure, real estate deed fraud, or some of the other stuff that you get to jam up in their face when you go with my stuff. And most of them is between 3 and 5 years. You have between 3 and 5 years to bust their ass for what they did to you. Oh, but everybody's so running around worrying about the sale. The sale's done. We're over. Oh, the eviction process is done, and we're over. We just need to go and oh wait, I got a couple of badasses that's in the program, and they got evicted already, and we're gonna have them get their ass back in the house. And I think it's called reentry is what I need to research. But right now, they just need to do the first few steps and get the shit done that I told them to do. And I had another young man who invested in the premium package to do this too. But the problem is, and I already know because this ain't my first rodeo, the problem is that when you get evicted, it's a little hard to keep up the fight and the communication unless you're freaking very organized. If you're organized, your shit's on a computer, everything's on a computer. You can go to the hotel, open your laptop up and to the ting-tang and continue kicking their ass. But, not everybody's organized. And, at the end of the day, and I'm just going to throw it out there because I'm not judging anybody, I've been through that shit. Oh, wait, no. I didn't, when I got out, my house was already foreclosed on. And one of my wife's best friends, his name is Dennis, and his business to people, and they packed up the majority of our stuff, all of our legal shit and our stuff, and he stored it in a warehouse that he had. These are the kind of friends that we had helping us. I didn't want to say his last name because I don't have permission. And so, when I got out, there was already, and that's when I started learning the foreclosure stuff, and that's why it's, okay. Now, we about to switch over because, that shit's rolling well. And people that invest in the premium package, they watch the updated instructional videos, the video that downloads with the package, they're kicking it. If you invest in the premium package, you can't go back and start watching all those other videos that we use to make the premium package. You can't. If you do that, you're dumbing down yourself, and they're going to know you don't understand what you're doing. Because when you come with the premium package, they already know that there ain't no way in hell that they're going to be able to respond to whatever. Okay, and if you do this other stupid shit over here, then you're going to be waiting for them to respond. I'm just saying. The premium packages should be the only videos that you should use with the premium package are the ones that come with it, or the ones that I send you after you invest. And if it don't download for some reason, because it's kind of long. If it don't download, then you need to be calling me. That's what I'm going to suggest. When you spend $1,800 or $1,500 and you don't get the video, I had a lady told me, oh, well, I didn't get the video on the download, so I just watched the other videos. So that's why you're communicating with me right now, because they're kicking your ass, right? Well, Coach, you don't have to be mean about it. No, I'm not. Okay? The mean part is, in the program, you're supposed to do what you need to do, and then I do what I need to do. Well, wait. I do what I need to do first, and then you do what your ass needs to do. That's how that works. Okay? If you don't know what you need to do because you didn't watch the video, then you're going to do what you think that you need to do. And what most people think they need to do, okay, no offense, let me back up to make this a little bit. What most people know about the legal system is bullshit that was taught to them by the same corporation and the same people that are screwing them over. So, and I tell people, you get your ass in my program, and you chunk all of that shit that you knew, that you thought you knew, or whatever, at the curb. Maybe down the street for some people. And you need to start over with a clean slate and watch the updated instructional videos and learn how to use the fire that we provide in the shit that we have on the website at winningcourtnow.com. So. Okay, so I'm going to close on the most important thing that I want to share. The most important thing that I want to share with y'all asses right now is that all of my documents are structured with federal case law and federal acts. I don't need Supreme Court case law. Well, I actually do have a couple. I have a Supreme Court case law that shows that they can't hold you to the standard of licensed attorney and a couple other things. Okay, but here's the thing. My stuff is structured with federal case law and federal acts, which bring the criminal liability to the table for these assholes. They can't respond to it in federal court. You can't respond to you can file higher court case law in the lower courts, but you can't respond to federal or Supreme Court cases with statutes and codes, because revised statutes and codes are total bullshit. Don't have enacting clauses, titles, or bodies, which are the three elements the shit needs to have to be considered a valid law. So, bam, right at the gate, the attorneys can't respond. They can't respond to nothing of mine that you file in. Okay, so now we're using the lawsuit that we were filing, and if you're not about to get evicted and thrown out the door, kicked off the cliff, then we used the lawsuit. We filed in their shit after adding more plaintiffs to their own shit as a counterclaim for your $200 million. Bam! Get your money punched in their face before you even have to move over to federal court. Oh, I know what you're thinking. The judge is going to deny it. Well, number one, we ain't litigating shit on the state court level anyway. Number one. Number two, if the federal judge denies it, I'm pretty sure the federal judge is not going to provide a finding of facts and the conclusions of law, which means they dragged your happy asses into their administrative court and screwed you over. Again, just like they was going to do on the state level. So the way my program goes is, as soon as the judge denies you, now in state court we don't give a shit because we ain't waiting for that. You crush that shit and you get your lawsuit filed in federal court, serve their asses, and then when they get over there, you demand that federal court judge order their asses to the settlement table, to the settlement conference. We don't have a demand for jury trial shit. We're demanding they to the settlement conference. Now, this is what I put together for Anthony and $200 million counterclaim for a RICO operation. So when they arrest your ass for statutes and codes that aren't valid laws and go through all that bullshit, and they've been holding that man in jail for over a year now based off of the statutes and codes. Title 18 was never ratified. It was not. Title 18 was not ratified, and that's where all the drug statutes are. Okay, criminal statutes are not valid laws because they don't have anything on it. And Title 18 was never ratified. And I actually have the document to verify that. And it's funny because I said that in one of my videos. And I had 3 attorneys email me wanting a copy of the document. And then one called me. Y'all asses, and this is what I told them, y'all asses don't need the evidence that I have to verify that. You don't. You don't need that. What your ass needs to do, what y'all asses need to do, is head over and do your research to find out if Title 18 has an enacting clause, a title, and a body. If it don't have those three things, there's no need for me to provide verification that I know that it wasn't ratified. It's missing votes. Y'all ass know that shit too, okay? Excuse me, I'm not a moron, and I know y'all ass ain't stupid. Y'all dumb as hell, but y'all ain't stupid. Maybe you're stupid, but you're dumb as hell. I don't know. I'm gonna need to do some research on that. But what I do know is that I'm gonna do whatever I need to do to get Anthony's ass out. Okay, most of the people that use my prosecutor eliminated package, I don't get a Google review on because I know that those assholes from the federal government or the state, they make you sign a non-disclosure statement. Okay, and of course, let's keep it real. I had to tell him, "Oh, coach, I ain't signing shit." I'm like, "Dude, you're a moron." Okay, and he was facing a foreclosure situation, whatever, his family, whatever. I'm like, "Dude, you're a moron." Really, I'm just saying. Okay, the goal here is the goal. The goal is what we started working for at the gate, and that's to keep you in your house or to keep your ass out of jail. The goal is not to risk those two things or one of those things, because most people aren't in both, at the top. Because I need a review video. Now, I'd like to have a review video, whatever. Okay, but at the end of the day, the people that don't understand the value in the program that we're building here, okay, those people, they're not people I want to help anyway. So I don't give a shit. I learned from working with kids from Miss Paulette, who was the principal at one of the schools where my foster kids, my 28 foster, 1, 2, or 3 at a time went through. And she taught me, you can't save all of the kids. And when she told me that, it actually pissed me off. Because that, I'm doing foster care. We got these kids kicking ass, and we had this one that wasn't kicking ass. Well, he was smart as hell. His name was John. He was smart as hell. But he came to me one day, and he told me, "Big guy, I want to go to a different home." And he said, "And if you don't let me, I'm going to go upstairs and I'm going to poop on the floor in my room." And in our brand new 2,800 square foot house that we saved half our life to buy. So I looked at his kid and I was like, "Dude, you know what? Give me 2 days, we'll find you a new place to go." The next day when I went to school to drop him off, I had a conversation with the principal, and she was telling me that he's been telling everybody that I've been beating him all night, and I make him stay up all night and clean my house. This little white kid with freckles, okay? If you touch him like that, it leaves he's a mark on his face. Anyway, so you can't save everybody. So for me, I'm willing to help the people that are willing to do whatever the hell it takes. If your ass is willing to do whatever it takes, get in the program. We'll figure it out. In most cases, I already have it figured out for most stuff. And I had a lady with some probate shit. And she called me, and we talked. And I said, "Well, wait a minute, probate?" Everything on a state court level is total bullshit. And when you get to the federal, they're going to try and move you over to their administrative bullshit, and help the people on the state court level. Oh, I had a lady told me, oh, well, Coach, why should I go to federal? Why should I go to the federal courts? Well, you just need to go home and throw your shit in the yard, is what I'm thinking. Or lock your ass up in the jail and tell them that you're here. Don't worry about doing all the other paperwork and shit they need to do. Okay? Because that's, for me, I don't know how to give up or quit. And, well, I'm kind of learning that with my divorce situation. After being in therapy for a long time, and it takes two people to make shit work. That kind of shit. This kind of shit, operating without limitations. Oh wait, maybe you should operate without limitations all the freaking time. Oh, that dude tell me, Coach, that's a lot of work. I'm like, dude, let me ask you a question. I only got one question. Let me ask you a question. Is operating without limitations harder than facing your family getting thrown out in the yard and your family and all the neighbors? I'm just, you can't have it both ways. You're either willing to do whatever it takes, or you're not. No offense to the people that are not, but those people don't have a place here, okay? Because if you're not willing to do whatever it takes, then you're going to be saying I'm an asshole. I'm just saying. You're going to be saying I'm an asshole, and you guys don't invest in his shit because he wouldn't hold my hand, or he, or whatever. And that's fine, because everybody's entitled to their opinion. But I guarantee you that the people in my review video playlist who are still in their house don't have that same opinion. And the people that follow me that use my prosecutor eliminator package to get their loved ones out of jail, okay, they're not, Oh, so how do you get people out of jail? Well, if you're bringing fire to the table, like we're doing right here, okay, the people running the jail, they don't want everybody to know what the hell. Oh, dude. In this program, when you invest in a prosecutor eliminated package, the criminal prosecutor eliminated package or whatever, part of what you learn is how to get your people out of jail faster. And we do that by the phone communication. Anybody that knows what I'm talking about knows that when you get locked up, especially in federal shit, you got an number and you got a call, they record all your shit. And in most cases, they use the recording of your phone calls to structure the case against your ass. But if your ass ain't guilty, then your phone calls, like in my case, was to my wife was, well, it might have something to do with like sex. Oh, okay. So honestly, I pissed those people off so bad with the phone call thing because the prosecutor's so wrapped up. If they don't have shit on you, they're so wrapped up in listening to your phone calls every freaking day. And the system is set up to flag certain words like lawsuit, prosecutor, KILL. I didn't want to say that verbally because I didn't want people to think that I support that, okay? But, you know what I'm saying. The computer system is structured to flag certain shit that's being said, so the prosecutor get to listen to your stuff. So they'll have an idea how to jam your ass up. But if you ain't guilty, you ain't okay, and you're not a dumbass because everybody knows everything is recorded there or whatever. So I guess they're waiting for me to call my ex, to call my wife, and tell her to hide our money somewhere. Oh wait, they already arrested me 13 times, stormed my house 3 times, our business a couple of times. I yeah. So when they when at the end of the program, if you ain't willing to kiss their ass, it becomes a situation. And the situation is that they use the fear to make you go sit down and lie on yourself, basically. Ow. But that didn't work out for them very well. But you know what? The problem is, if you're willing to do whatever it takes, it was a long, hard-ass road. 33 months, what I went through. My wife spent, I don't know, 5 or 6 years in a camp when, they didn't send her to the camp first. They sent her to Hazleton, which is behind the wall. And people that go behind the wall had to have 15 points. She had 2, and they weren't even her. Let me get the right finger up. And they weren't even her points. Her attorney, John Duma, didn't call a single witness or do shit to defend her. And there lies the motivation for what I do. Okay? When you can't defend the most important person in your life, other than your kids, I mean, and you can balance that shit out and figure that out. Y'all ass know what I'm talking about, people facing this shit. Then it makes you weird. It turns you into a freak. I don't know. It turned me into a freak. And I decided that when I get her out, or she comes home, whichever one goes first, they're not going to have any, there's not going to be any value there for them to screw with her again, ever, or me. And what I do as part of my therapy for not being able to, I did protect her a little, because when I found out she was in Hazleton, that's when I put my first lawsuit package together. And I sent that shit to the BLP. And all of them, I sent the shit to all of them. And within a week, they was moving her ass out of there. And I sent shit to her too. Just like I'm about to do Anthony. I sent the shit to her. And I told her, when they call you in the office and tell you that bullshit that you got to exhaust all your remedies or whatever, you need to show them the power of attorney that's on the back of the thing. The power of attorney that gives me power of attorney to sign for her. I don't have to exhaust any remedies. That's bullshit. I don't have to exhaust any remedies. And if something happens to her, then I'm pretty sure that I'm going to own the prison and I'm going to shut that shit down. Yeah, and they called her ass in the office and had a conversation with her and went back. By the time she got back to her unit, They had her on the list to be shipped out the following Wednesday. And her friends were like, what the hell? Dude, we've been here for 3 months trying to get transferred out where we're supposed to be. What happens is Tara D. Moorhead. I like space in the last, the space. Yeah. Treated us like shit because we stood up for ourselves and refused to kiss their ass. And Tara D. Moorhead now has been disbarred. And when I get done with all this, yeah, I'm going to be up in her shit too. So, yeah, that's it. Right now, we're going to bring Anthony home. Fraudulent concealment is a legal doctrine that tolls the statute of limitations. So I ain't in a hurry. And I'm learning a lot. Like, I didn't have false arrest and false imprisonment on my girlfriend's stuff. I'm just admitting it. But if it works out to where, we can be friends and work things out, then it's going to be included on there. I'm going to include it on my lawsuit, too, against Officer Delbert from the Lawrence, Kansas Police Department. And I haven't even got around to filing my stuff in federal court about shipping my ass all over the mental evaluations and all this stuff. So it's kind of cool that I can learn what I need to know from helping other people before I throw my stuff on the table. A lady told me one day, Coach, am I a guinea pig? I said, well, I'm thinking, yes. You have two options. You can be the guinea pig in the little cage running in the wheel, or you can be the pig over there roasting over the pit that everybody waiting to eat. Okay, all right, that's what I told her. And she got in the package, and she decided she didn't want to be the pig over the fire. The pig on the wheel has a lot nicer life than the pig on the fire over there, because that pig on the fire over there. Okay, you guys, you're with me, right? Okay, so the traffic package is structured, all of my stuff is structured and shut down the court process on state court. Now, the federal court's the same, and after working with Amanda and Anthony, I'm going to have another package for federal court. So we'll have a package. Right now, the prosecutor eliminated package is structured for state court, but people are using it for federal court because you just have to change a few things. But what I'm doing now is like for family, because Anthony's like, well, he's like a cousin over there, and it's funny how that shit worked out. Okay, so y'all has to know that when I roll for a family, or when I roll for people who trust in the process in my program, you might as well be family. Because I don't know Amanda. She's the one that hired me. I don't work for Anthony. So I'm not practicing law without a license. I know. There's a few of y'all dumbasses out there thinking that, not my people. Y'all just work with me here. Now, attorneys don't have a damn license anyway. Okay? So you can bring that shit to the table if you want to. I'm thinking when the other fools that are like Alice R. Cynical. She's the judge, the magistrate judge that took jurisdiction in his case and made several rulings. I just looked at the last one where she's ordering him to go to sentencing. The magistrate judge. Oh, wait. The magistrate judge has no judicial authority to be involved in your damn case without the signature from all parties. Look that shit up if you don't believe me. So if the magistrate judge made a decision in your case, they just violate your due process. Because the magistrate judge is a lesser judge. They should be taking out the trash, washing the judicial judge's car. Oh, wait, there's no judicial judge. It's all administrative. Then I don't know what the hell they should be doing because they're all on the same damn level, the level of shit. Ow. So the magistrate judge don't have judicial authority to be involved in the case. Google that shit. If the magistrate judge does get involved in your case or whatever, then not only are they violating their canons and their rules or whatever, but I'm absolutely positive that the magistrate judge is not going to provide the fact of findings and the conclusions of law. Without those, you have no ability to appeal shit. And no appeal. Look that shit up. Without a fact of findings and the conclusions of law, when a judge makes a determination, a ruling, or screwing, there's another word I can use too, but we'll just Ow. Without that, you have no ability to appeal. And what the hell does that mean, Coach? That means that they just drag your happy ass in their administrative hearing where they operated from the local rules. Oh, it's the local rules. Well, that sounds important. Bullshit. The local rules are structured by the Supreme Court in each location. And that's why we sue the Supreme Court in the lawsuit. You add the Supreme Court, you add the judge, you add the state, you add the government. The local rules are not aligned with the Constitution. The local rules are there by the same assholes that run the court that's screwing your ass over. And in my opinion, they're structured to speed that shit up through court. Speed your shit up through court. That means to throw your shit out faster. For you new people who don't got it, get it, who don't. Ow! Look that shit up. The local rules are not aligned with the Constitution, and they come from the Supreme Court, and it's all bullshit. And in my opinion, I studied the canons. I studied all of that shit. It's total bullshit. All of the local rules, all that shit is total bullshit. And the only reason they get away with this shit because if you have a corporation, you have to have an attorney. And this is why I would never be a corporation. There ain't no way. LLC or YYS or whatever, okay, there ain't no way in hell that I would ever have my business as a corporation. Because as a corporation, your ass can't show up in court and talk for yourself. Nope. And that's what jams up these assholes when you have filed a lawsuit against, add their asses to the shit as a plaintiff. They can't go into court and discuss the shit themselves. Now, if they're a plaintiff, well, wait, they can't represent themselves. No. They can't go into court and talk, but the judge will let them. You know why? Because there ain't no federal attorney that's going to take on my ass, your ass with our shit, my shit. I didn't even put it however you want to. No federal attorney is going to take that shit on. And I'll tell you why. Because the federal judge is going to tell them people, y'all need to get this shit out of my court. There ain't no way in hell. And that's called the tap out. That's the way we roll. We roll for the tap out. I'll stay in court as long as you're gonna ask Joshua Matthews and divorce judge Thesis, whatever her name is. Yeah. My ex-wife sent me a thing today showing that, well, Judge Thesis agreed. I think the judge was agreeing to let him out off the case, but there was 2 documents, and I was reading them both, and oh my God, these white people write some stupid shit. I need to get my dictionary out to make sure I understand. Oh, wait. Well, I understand we beat their ass and had to dismiss the case. And, okay, so I know what y'all thinking. Hey, Heather. I'm out of control. I'm hiding out in an undisclosed location. I ain't got to worry about those assholes rolling up on me and screwing and causing my ex-wife to have anxiety attack or my neighbors. I ain't got to worry about none of that shit. Okay, because they can't roll up on my ass without getting past the gate. Oh, the gate's up there because I'm in a situation room. And there's guards at the gate that don't play. All right? So it's kind of cool because now I can step up. Now, I got my packet. I should actually have it over here so I can show it to y'all ass, but it's over there on the table. I got my packet over there in case they want to roll up on my ass or they figure out where the hell I'm at, come in with a helicopter or something and try to, whatever the hell. Okay, I got my packet, and I'm taking the same shit that that I'm using to help Anthony get home. So I just need them to wait till I get done because I'm upgrading the packet, and we're gonna have a letter in it that we send to the judge. We got some new instructions. Part of the new instructions is that I email the documents that I put together for Anthony, for the people in my family that I decide to help after they sign them or whatever. I email that shit to the judge, to the prosecutor's office. I email to the maintenance department. I email to the legal department. I email to the chief judge. I email it to I spend a half a day. Yep, I email it to everybody in that system so they all can see the fire that's about to go down. Okay, at the end of the day, you only need one asshole to check out. But you end up adding like 3 or 4 as plaintiffs to their own shit at the gate. So it ain't real hard to go, oh, wait. The judge, their one job is to, get the money. The attorney's their one job is to protect the judge. And the clerk's number one job, what? There's a damn clerk? Yeah. They're real nice assholes who make you feel like you're really special right before they throw your shit out. Oh, wait. The clerk's number one job. I got to take a sip before I do, because this is profound. You guys still here? Okay, the clerk's number one job is to protect the court's money. The clerk is the one giving your ass more shit than the judge. You don't even know. I tell you right now, the judge ain't signed none of that shit. When they throw your stuff out, whatever, that shit's all done by the clerk. So how the hell does the clerk know how to throw your shit out? Oh yeah. Oh, the clerk. Oh, let me get you. Oh, you can't have the attorney on there. Let me get you this form. You need to fill out this form, file your appeal, okay, and then fill out this form too, and then this form that I made up in my own handwriting. And then go home and throw your own shit out in the yard. Oh, the clerk is so nice. And all they're doing is picking your brain to decide how quick they're going to be able to throw your shit out. I don't know. Leave a comment if you don't think I know what the hell I'm talking about. When people go in there and start throwing up on the clerk, I'm getting kicked out of my house. Oh, I don't know. My legal team, Coach Neighbor, said that we could kick your ass, but I don't know. Oh, that little indecision, or the lot of indecision. Yeah, the comments that come out of people's mouth when they blah, blah, blah. Yep. All that shit gets added up against you. I have people taking my shit down, they throw it in a fucking drawer underneath the desk, and then that's the end of it. And then they move your ass up on the eviction list to hurry up and get your ass out before you figure out that you should have got your shit filed in federal court instead of sitting on your ass over there waiting for them to respond. Those are the people in the conventional program. They don't read the instruction. They don't read whatever they're operating off of, the legal knowledge that they acquired over the years from the same attorneys that's screwing them over. Pretty much. Oh, the hard reality of it is. So the traffic package that we started out jamming on tonight is it's undefeated too. People use, actually all my packages, the only people there's only a few, they got their ass jammed up because they didn't watch the videos. Christina's Showtime. All right, Christina, are you a friend of another person who used the name Showtime that has been following me for a long time? I gotta think of his name, but it'll come to me. Welcome to the show. If you're not, if you're new, and yeah, thank you, Heather, for supporting me and coming to the show tonight. So tomorrow is Sunday. Oh yeah, it's still tomorrow. It's only 11:18 here, and it's 3/8/2025. So on 3/9 we're going to have another live stream. I'm live streaming every night. What the hell? That's kind of cool because I can step up and do some shit because I ain't got to worry right there. So tomorrow live stream, we're gonna have. I think I had it scheduled for 9:00, and Anthony, the young man we're getting out of jail, called me tonight, and we talked for the time that he had to talk in his phone call, and he's gonna call tomorrow at 9:30. So. And tomorrow we're going to talk about what we're doing. We're going to talk about the changes that I'm making to the prosecutor eliminated package, since I'm using it for a family member. And these changes are going to be included in in the first online course that I'm putting together, which is going to be jamming up the prosecutor's ass. Uh-huh. And not only is it going to be for that, it's going to be to help you manage all of the shit that my ex and I went through when we went through this stuff. Okay, she spent 5 years after she got out, she bought some property, and it wouldn't they, oh, there's a lien and all this shit, and it turns out the federal government had a tax lien against her ass that nobody knew about. And after she got out, she didn't get her tax lien for like 5 years. And then when she bought this property, we figured out what the hell was going on. And Annette Gurney, who is a federal prosecutor in Wichita, Kansas, who's in charge of the assets and filing liens, and her name was on the paperwork that they filed to when they filed the illegal Lesbians liens against our home to block us from selling it, to shut down our money or whatever. Okay, but we didn't add her to the lawsuit, or we're not adding to the lawsuit, because we don't know for a fact that she was in on it or if they forged her name and did all that bullshit. What I do know is that when Kerry contacted them to figure out what the hell was going on and get this shit handled, the federal prosecutor, Annette Gurney, within an hour and a half, filed a document in court to release the tax lien 5 years after my wife had been out, ex-wife, had been out, and sent and emailed her a copy of it. I ain't seen them people down there do shit that quick. And so, it turns out my wife was able my ex was able to get her property and do what she wanted to do. Okay, but most people don't even know that there's still a lien against your ass, a tax lien, and you think that you're not getting your taxes because of the school loan or because of or whatever. Yeah. And so, and then in this online course, I'm also going to have what you need to take care to handle the foreclosure, okay? Because that's what they do. They after they get you locked up, they pay these people in the bank. They step up the plate to step up to process, and then you got your credit cards. Most people max out your credit cards trying to get out of this shit. Okay, so you got the credit card situation, and so in the online course I put together for this, we're gonna have everything that you need to get your life back to. Well, there's no way you're going to be back to where you was after you get treated like a freaking dog, chained and shackled and shipped all over or whatever. But you can get some compensation to make you feel better. Get your credit cleaned up, sue these assholes for the $200 million, file a lien against the county recorders, the recorder of deeds office and their assets. Okay, so we're enjoying this filing against prosecutor. The federal prosecutor, Ms. Dawn D-I-E-T-Z, when I looked her up, her name wasn't spelled that way. Her name, well, what it appeared to be her name, I didn't really spend a whole lot of time on it. The last letter was an L. But, this ain't the first time. We looked up federal prosecutors that they sent down to help Judge Annie D. Kristoff in Tennessee. We looked her ass up, and she had a total different name that she was working with as a prosecutor than she used to buy her house and stuff. Oh, and I used People Looker. And turns out this lady had 9 aliases. How you gonna be a federal prosecutor and have 9 aliases? That's some weird shit. Ow. So tomorrow we're gonna have live stream, and hopefully Anthony's gonna call in about 9:30 and talk a little bit. Now he hasn't seen the documents that we're putting together yet. His girlfriend Amanda, she's the one that hired me, so I actually work for her, which is gonna circumvent them trying to say I'm practicing law without a license. I don't really give a shit what to say anyway, but I like to make it easy as possible on some shit and then hard as possible on some other shit. It's kind of like picking your battle. So you guys check us out tomorrow at 9 o'clock. And I need to get out here and get to work. I'm getting hungry again. So thank you guys for the value of sharing your time. If you're facing this traffic ticket situation, get the package and let's go. If you got people locked up in jail, then you should get the criminal prosecutor eliminated package and follow along. Because there ain't no other package where I get to show you how to use the shit myself. Yeah, this is badass. Thank you, Amanda, for the opportunity to do what I'm doing. No limitations. That's how we roll up in here. We don't have limitations. And it's really cool because there were a couple of things that I needed to be able to help Anthony, and it at first appears going to be difficult, but Amanda rolls by the same shit, no limitations, and before the day was over, I had everything that I asked for from her. So we about to roll, and you guys stay focused. I'm gonna have this man get out of jail, and then I'll be able to leave myself. Oh, sorry. I'll be able to leave my own ass a Google review for helping Anthony get out of jail, and I know that Amanda is going to leave me a review too. I actually like to get a review in the beginning, after you read the documents and understand what the hell we're doing, and then a review later after we reach the goal, if possible, if they don't make you sign non-disclosure. In this case, it ain't going to help them because they would have to pay me a whole bunch of money to sign the non-disclosure. And I'm already going to get paid money for what we're doing. And then we got $200 million on my foster kids shit. So I ain't feeling like I want to kiss nobody's ass for the money. Oh, wait, don't kiss nobody's ass. Anyway, bam, we'll beat their ass, and that's what we do. We're going to make them want to pay our ass and shut the hell up. So that's how we roll. So thank you guys for the value of sharing your time. I need to roll. I need to bounce and get some shit done. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Don't miss out.